Hey, hello. So I'm back with today's message, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night. Thanks for stopping by. I'm so glad you're here. So today's message is a straight good forward one, and we'll see what the rest of the cards have to say for our messages. So here we go. The daily message. The first step is the hardest. Well, that's very true. I always think about, it takes, you watch a little baby, or not baby, I guess it'd be a toddler, about one, right? When kids start to take their first steps. But I really think what kids have going for them is that no fear factor, right? They're going to just try it. And if they fall over, they don't just say, oh my goodness, I give up. I'm just done. That try was rubbish and I'm not going to give it another try. No, they get right back up and they try it again. And, they might cry a little bit and but they get back up and they do it until they get good at it, right? So remember that. Just, it might be a little scary to take that initial step. But once you do it, and it might be a little rough initially, but once you get going, it'll get better with each step. And so I even think about this YouTube channel, my very first video. I just felt like, oh my gosh, this is so weird trying to get it all figured out, right? But it gets easier, so just keep going. I think that is the message. Just keep going, and once you do, it'll get easier, and you won't even want to stop. You'll just want to keep running. So with that, let's pull the surrender card first. Like, what do we need to surrender? To kind of be able to take that first step and just know that it'll work out, and you got to motivate yourself just to do it. Be fearless. Oops. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a neat one. Surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Okay, so I can see where this is going, absolutely. So I tend to be one, I'm getting much better at it, but I will say in my younger days, especially high school, I don't know where it came from because I feel that I grew up with a lot of love and affection, but I was one to definitely compare. It wasn't even just my body, of course it was like a body image thing for me growing up. I was on the swim team, so you're always seeing girls in swimsuits, and I remember getting up on the block and you've got people up in the stadium watching, and just feeling, instead of just like feeling good in my own skin and being able to jump off that block and not worry about being in a swimsuit, I remember feeling insecure about it. And so it was a lot of times because I would be comparing myself to the other athletes. Maybe some of them looked stronger or fitter, or could have even been with my skin complexion, right? I've always had that feeling like I need to look perfect, and it is the worst feeling you can have. So I've worked hard on getting rid of that. So I'm sure we all have our things. I'm curious to know what yours are, or maybe you don't even have to talk about it. Just think about it, journal on it, write maybe some of the things that you've compared others with, and know that it is the most destructive thing that we can do to ourselves, because you and myself are the only ones out there with our exact DNA, and that is what makes us special. And I think it's a great thing that we don't all look alike. And I think we beat ourselves up over thinking this is how we're supposed to look, or this is how we're supposed to act, this is what we're supposed to have. A lot of times too, comparing to, oh, so-and-so has a better home or car, or more of this or that, or had more resources growing up. Like, that's the worst thing you can do, right? So just be happy with where you're at, and know that wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. Do not compare yourself with where other people are at. And honestly, this is a big reason that I think for a lot of us YouTubers out there, or me just trying to connect with folks out there, that first step is the hardest, because you're thinking about the other channels and what they're doing, or like, oh, they've been doing this for 5+ years and look at all the amount of followers they have. Or, there's so many situations we can think about. Sometimes taking that first step, what cripples us is that comparing. What are others going to think? Will other people agree with this? Are people going to compare me to the next person next door? There's so much fear and so much crap that goes into our mind that we just got to clear it. So I really like this. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. So I want you to write down, what is it that you find endearing about yourself? Write down some of your best features. Like, I love my eyes. I think I was blessed with good lips. Write down all the things that you love about yourself and focus on those things when it's the external bit. When it comes to mental, spiritual, all of those things, write down the things that you love best about your personality. What do you love most about the way you treat your friends and your family? So those are the things you want to focus on. There's so much good that you have, and you are perfect the way that you are, and all is well. Okay, so that's what we're surrendering to. Do not compare yourself with others. And I work on that every day. So I tell myself the same advice or same message that I'm reading daily. And then we'll see what, oh, interesting. Okay, creative writing. So Archangel Gabriel, make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen or article or book. So there you go. We just talked about that. And you already know me and writing. I love to write. One day I would like to write a book as well. And so maybe, there you go. The first step is the hardest. I just need to start. And actually I did start. And then I got, I don't know, sidetracked or started probably comparing myself with other books and thinking like, who's going to want to read this? You know, that again, you got to put that stuff behind you, right? So I'm crippling myself by thinking that way. So I did take that first step and started writing. I think I was like 4 pages in, right? And then, yeah. So anyways, focus on loving yourself. Oops, this way. Focus on loving yourself and your strengths, your attributes, whatever it may be. Don't compare yourself to others. And, you know, write about it. So that's it. Take that first step. Okay, sending you so much love, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.